Hey YouTube world, I am back with another video and you can see this is a ridiculous amount and I said the most epic unboxing was coming, right? And of course, our guest star is buried behind all of the shop bags. So you see her one eye.
What are you guys doing over there? What are you guys doing?
Are you Tim, what is his name?
I'm Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson from Home Improvement, yes. Except instead of a fence, she's got a wall of shop bags.
I'm gonna get you some advice right now.
All right, let's go ahead and move some of these shop bags so that we can actually see Mandy here.
Okay.
And we're gonna go right into unboxing because as you can see, we have a lot to cover and show you the damage that we did.
We did some very, very serious damage.
All right, so I think we're gonna talk a little bit about the timeline. We went to Hermes how many times? I lost count.
Like at least 6.
If there's an Hermes on the store, in the storefront or on the door or any window glass, we went in.
Monaco. We went to George V once. The other one, I went twice, she went 3 times.
I did.
So I went 6 times, she went 7 times. We have a problem.
We have issues, which is why there are so many orange boxes in front of you. And honestly, when we did the math, right, we talked about this time and time and again. I think Faure Le Page, Hermes, Goyard, and of course Polene are probably the brands that are the most worth it to purchase in Europe versus in the US. Louis Vuitton is on that list as well, but this is why we spent most of our time, harassing essays at Hermes for items that we have been looking for. And if you haven't seen our Paris wish list, definitely go check that out. And I'm trying not to scream because of excitement and try to talk in normal voice. But this is probably the most epic haul we've ever had.
Spirit fingers.
Spirit fingers. We're gonna say for the best for last, of course, with Hermes, but we're gonna think of doing this chronologically, and if we can, and if we have stories to tell, we're gonna throw in some stories. So you're gonna wanna watch this from beginning to end because we have a lot of stories. So let's start off with Polene because I know that is a hot topic. Louis Vuitton just have a stake in Polene. Our friend Bernie, of course, had to, wiggle his way in and put his hands in everything. So let's talk a little bit about Polene. What did you get at Polene? What was your experience at Polene?
Okay, so first and foremost, if you hear something scuttling in the background, that would be my dog. She's a little bit scared of the lights in the background right now, but she's not so scared she's not gonna come bother me. So just FYI, if you see like a little tail and, big bulldog, that's what's going on. And or if you hear a ruckus, she's just causing problems. So I love Polene. I think it's a really nice mid-range bag. I have heard of some quality issues, but I have not ever personally experienced them. That being said, I inspect my bags very carefully. So I ended up going to Polene twice, once with a friend that we went with that wanted to get one, and another time with another friend who wanted to get one as well. And the line was insane. So we went at Bon Marché. What do you think the line was? It's probably an hour both times.
Yeah, approximately 45 minutes to an hour. If you go on a weekday, obviously that's gonna be better for you. I would say the line in Bon Marché is probably longer.
Definitely.
And I think they had opened up 2 standalone, shut one of them out, and then opened it up in Bon Marché.
Yes. And it's very small in Bon Marché. I was surprised at how small it was.
It's like a freaking supermarket in there.
It really is. And I would say the first day the service was like meh. The second time I went with my friend who isn't as into luxury bags as we are.
Yeah.
Very good service. We sent that poor girl like running and she was so kind and sweet. It's not a luxury experience where you get offered the champagne and you get offered snacks or whatever, but still a good experience. And I always inspect my bags very carefully. So the first bag I got, and this is actually, I brought this back and my friend is actually gonna take this, but I love the numero 9. She didn't know what she wanted, so I had the opportunity to choose. And I think this is one of my favorites for the simple reason that it's a beautiful shape. It's a unique bag. And I think that's what Polene does really well is they do iconic shapes, I would say. And my favorite Polene bag, I see Polene, however you say it, is actually the numero 1. But this is the numero 9 mini, and I'm probably mispronouncing that. I'm sure the French people who are watching are currently shuddering. So that is number 1. And the second one, I actually bought 2 of these, one for my mom and one for my sister. Fortunately, they do not watch handbag videos, as far as I know. I fell in love with this little berry. It's just the simplest, cutest little bag. It has this nice little gold clasp right here that you open like this. Hang on, like this. And then it's a magnet opening here. And I just thought it was so cute. I was like, this is simple. They both live kind of more simple lives. They're not in corporate. They like something that's easy to grab and go. And I was like, this is so perfect and still very stylish. And my dog likes it too.
while Mandy is tending to her child, I haven't looked at these bags, and now I'm just looking at it. The leather is very stiff. It does smell like leather. I just smelled it, and I'm just like, how do I feel about this? I don't know how I feel about this. It feels a little bit plasticky. Do you feel that way?
This one is a little softer, but I do think Polene leathers don't have that suppleness that you would feel in like a Loewe bag.
No, that's true. And I'm just thinking to my number one as well as the bucket bag. They're both really stiff, but these are meant to be a little bit slouchier in my opinion.
This one especially, I think the right. especially.
But it is pretty stiff. So I don't know if that is change in the leather quality or the leather that they used over the years. So if you have experience with the number Noof as well as the berry, do drop a comment down below. Let us know what you think. Has the leather changed over the years if you have bought multiple Polene bags? And one thing I will tell you, if you do line up, there's a sales associate that does come around with like an iPad letting you know like, hey, what are you looking for? Do we have it in stock? Which is actually really nice because then you're not waiting in line for nothing if they are, out of stock in a particular model and color, which I thought that was pretty smart to do.
It's great because then you're not wasting your time standing there. Because the first time was probably a 45-minute wait. The second time was probably an hour late. And I love Polene, so I was happy to wait. But there's a significant time investment in order to visit Polene because it is incredibly popular and people with every kind of bag, from Hermes to something you might buy at Target, line up for Polene. It's very universal.
Before we wrap this up, and we're gonna head into Faure Le Page next, the price difference is significant. If you buy Polene in Paris, it's going to be about what, 30% off?
I believe so, yeah. So this was 350 euros for the berry, 380 euros for the Noof, and I wanna say they're closer to $500 on the US website. So it's definitely smart if you want one, buy it in Paris, and then you can check it out too. You can see, do I like the stitching? Do I like the feel of the leather?
Yeah, so definitely worth making a trip if you want that Polene. And of course, I've been talking to other YouTubers and we know the history of Polene. They're probably gonna come out with a price increase soon. So if you wanna purchase online, now's the time to do it. And if you don't have a chance to visit Europe prior to that, additionally with the Louis Vuitton stake, they're gonna increase the prices. So definitely jump on that. Let's move on to Faure Le Page.
So if you've been watching the Somehow Adulting channel, which if you haven't, what are you doing? I'm sucker for Faure Le Page. I've shown 2 of my Faure Le Page bags on here before, one of my Faure Le Page pouches, absolutely adore them. And so one of my first stops there was going to be Faure Le Page. So I bought 2 bags. I'll show you the one that I intended to buy first, and then I'll show you the bonus bag. So I love camera bags. It's no secret that this is one of Nikki and I's main disagreements in our friendship, actually, is that I like camera bags, she doesn't. It puts a lot of pressure on us as friends.
But we also bonded and had our friendship flourish because of Faure Le Page.
Exactly. I'm the one who said, I love your Faure Le Page bag in the airport. She was shocked that I knew what it was. Then we started talking luxury. And then she said, Can I have your phone number?
The rest was history.
The rest, we were basically inseparable ever since.
Yes.
So, because how sometimes you meet people, you exchange numbers and you never do anything?
No, it was instant.
It was instant. We were just like, I don't think we've ever stopped texting since.
And now we call each other the B word.
Yeah. Oh, we're very mean to each other. All in love. So this is what I wanted. I really wanted this camera bag. I love this with the extra pouch. I love, so if you know the history of Faure Le Page, they were like a 17th or 16th century arms company, and they supplied like arms to like Napoleon and like all these crazy famous warriors. They eventually became a luggage and handbag company. And so you have this kind of iconic version of a gun on the front in that hand-painted canvas. And so I thought this was really cool. It's really easy. It doesn't look like a real gun. Otherwise, I don't think I would have loved it. The gold, the hardware is very shiny. It's super cute. Something really fun is just so happened when we were there, they had one of the artisans come in, is that the right word? And we actually got to hand paint the canvas and see how they created it with the stencils. And it's actually a really cool process. If you've been ever to Nashville and you do hat show print, it's very similar, but that's how they get every bag so beautifully hand painted. So we all got an opportunity to actually hand paint our own canvas in the Faure Le Page fashion. We did the, this is the black, gray, and yellow. We did the blue and yellow, which was super cool. So this was my first buy, and I had wanted this. I think I even mentioned on the wish list video, I wanted a Faure Le Page camera bag. So secured, checklist, success. Second one, so I actually ended up switching a bag out, and I ended up getting this. I love my Daily Battle. I wanted another one, and I love these cute ones. I think this is a 27, and I do not have anything from Burgundy and Faure Le Page, but beautiful bag. Got a lot of compliments on it, just like from sharing pictures, and I had to get, of course, I don't know where it was. It was on this.
I didn't see it.
Oh, here it is. Okay, so I had to get the little charm. Now this is like the, once again, little homage to the heritage. You see the little battle helmet and the tassel there, and these are really useful. So something I didn't actually know about the bag is you're supposed to put this here, because while this doesn't have the zip closure, you're supposed to put the tassel, because it's kind of heavy, over the edge here, and then it actually helps you close the bag. So it just puts that little extra pressure to close it on the top.
All right, so we had to take a Chipotle dinner break because we are Baroque, and Chipotle is a good option for dinner, right?
We eat Chipotle whether we are Baroque
or not.
Or not, yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next segment here. Mandy is gonna show off what I bought my boyfriend in Paris. So this is by a brand called Camille Fournet Paris, if I'm saying that correctly.
That's Fournet.
Fournet? Okay, yeah, it's probably Fournet. And basically what they are is they started as a watch brand. So they make straps, bespoke straps, where you can go into the store. They have hundreds of options in terms of leather, color. You get to pick the different stitching. And then I guess the founder migrated over to making bags and, you know, watch cases. So if you want to go ahead and unbox that for us, she is the deal or no deal girl currently.
Yes, you'll see why she's saying that here in a minute.
It comes in a really nice box. So if you're thinking about holiday ideas, gift ideas, I think this is a fantastic one for yourself, for your husbands, for a loved one, regardless of men or women. It comes in a lot of different colors, and it comes in really nice packaging, as well as a dust bag. So what I got him, and it was really funny because as she's unboxing it and showing you, what's really funny is that I was leaving Faure Le Page with my friends, and I'm like, ooh, what's this? Let's go in. And a lot of money later, I came out with this particular piece. But you can see this is a really nice mossy green. This portion of it is going to be alligator, which I thought was incredibly special. When you open it, you can see that there are 3 different compartments where you can pop out the little holder to put your different watches. And he wants to have a really nice method of transportation. And right now we've gotten like the Amazon cases that are very utilitarian. It's not as bougie, and we like to be bougie. So I thought this was a great, you know, Christmas gift, or just me going to Paris without you gift to bring back. It also came as a set, which, you know, you had to pay separately for, but you can also use the singular one. It also came with a nice box, a singular box, where if you want to go travel and you just want to bring one instead of a set of 3, you can do so. And what's the sales associate showed me is that if you want to be playing Legos or Tetris, you can actually remove one of these and put that in here as well. But if you are looking for something that is really special, you can definitely order online. If they don't have it in stock, it does take 2 months for them to craft it, special order for you. But I think this is a really cool gift, and he was very happy about it. The reason why I know he was very happy about this gift is that he went online and he's like, I want to buy more. I'm like, no.
You're like, you don't need more.
No, you don't. Stop it. So that was a great addition.
Should we do this next?
Yeah, let's do that.
I don't even know what this is. I think it's parfum. That's my French accent.
Yes, it's parfum.
Parfum.
So you've seen all the reels, the TikToks, where everybody's talking about, you know, bespoke or a really cool perfume experience. Of course, I had to go, and yeah, we totally did not go with Mandy. She's like, oh, how dare you?
Rude.
How dare you?
Rude.
And they actually do calligraphy. If you saw my vlog, I did take a video of them doing the calligraphy and customizing as a gift.
I was wondering what that was. That was the time you left me out. It's okay. I went to the Louvre. It's good. We're good.
You went outside of the Louvre.
We didn't make it in the Louvre because we did a photo shoot outside.
But what I chose for him, because you know, perfume is such a personal preference. So I basically told the guy, like, hey, help me pick one that's the most popular with men. And he ended up liking it. So this is a really fun gift.
That bottle is pretty.
The bottle is really pretty. My favorite part about this is that you can actually get combs engraved. So it comes in a really nice, like, pouch. It's a pouch. And then I picked out a comb for him to brush his fluffy beard with. So you can actually get the engraving done. I don't want to put his name on there, but yeah, that's part of his nickname, and it's a really cool experience, and they can get it done in like 10 minutes. So if you stick around while they're doing the calligraphy, you can actually get this engraved, and he actually wants another one now. So again, I know I did good when he's asking for multiples of the same thing. He likes to collect, like every dude out there. It's like, I need one pair of shorts in like 6 different colors.
Yes, although I'm not gonna lie, I have one pair of shorts in 3 different colors.
Okay.
So
yeah, that was a really cool experience.
Cute.
It's definitely worth it. I would suggest that you go early in the morning so that you don't have to stand in line.
Don't they have something similar at Bon Marché? Tammy was showing me the engraved cones at Bon Marché.
Yeah, but if you want the full-blown experience with the old school architecture, French architecture, you want to go to the original one.
Whereas the Bon Marché is just like a little kiosk. So I did get to actually see that one, and we were gonna go get the little lip glosses. But it was so busy, we were like, no.
And there was like one person working there.
Yes, it was crazy. So no, thank you. I will wait for bags, but I'm not gonna wait for lip gloss. There's a line, okay? So speaking of bags, should we go to Goyard next?
I know you're excited about Goyard.
So I have to eat my words a little bit. Because
we are such hypocrites.
We're hypocrites because we were like, we'll never go to Goyard. The people in Paris are so rude. They gave us 1 glass of water for 4 people. We've harped on that. We like Faure Le Page better. I stand by that. But we just happened to be in Monaco, and we're like, we're going to the Hermes. Well, there was a Goyard right next door to the Hermes with like basically no line, like 1 person in line.
Yeah.
And so we went and took cute little pictures next to the stacked up trunks, and then we're like, let's just go in. Like, why not? Let's just go in. What are they gonna do? Be ruder than last time? Not possible. So, and to be fair, we went to the Paris one, not the Monaco one, right? So we go in. The bags are beautiful. I'm not gonna buy anything. And then I saw something and I was like, dang it, I really like that. But again, I'm not ever gonna give my money to a rude sales rep. But then we get a sales guy. He's so freaking nice.
He was really nice.
So nice. He bent over backwards. He brought us multiple of the same bag. He showed us everything in detail.
He brought us 3 glasses of water.
For 3 people.
He also has sparkling or still.
Yes. Yeah. So it was, and he was very kind. You know, he answered all of our questions. He wasn't in a hurry. Now, granted, there weren't a lot of people in the shop, right? There was I think 1 person waiting to get in. They kept it very, very light. And it was a great time. We had a wonderful time. So this is the first bag I tried on and I fell in love. This is new. This is the Hirondelle, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It is their new Half Moon bag. Absolutely beautiful. I tried it on in navy and I tried on the gray as well, but I fell in love with the navy. So this came out, I believe, a few months earlier, or no, was it? Maybe it was a year earlier.
No idea.
Anyway, it's a relatively new release. Goyard does not do a lot of new releases. Adjustable strap, holds a pretty decent amount, and I really did enjoy just the look of this bag. I don't have a Half Moon bag, so this was a really great opportunity for me to add that to my collection. Nothing like that at Faure Le Page, and even though I kind of liked the camera bag, this is what had my heart. It has a nice bright interior.
And it's just one open compartment. There aren't any little pockets, so just keep aware if you are looking to add this to a collection. I think it's a gorgeous bag. I like grabbed it and then you're like, give that to me.
It's mine.
It's mine.
But that's okay because she chose something else. So this was 1875 euros, which is...
Leave it out. Leave it out.
Yeah. Which is reasonable for a Goyard bag. So let's show our next bag, which I will be passing to Nico. How did you know I was gonna say that?
So I have to eat my words. I said I was only gonna buy 1 Goyard and that was my first and last Goyard. Well, guess what? I lied. So you can
We're both liars.
We're both liars. And you can see I chose the Belvedere. Is that what it's called?
I think it's the Belvedere, yeah.
And this is in the PM size.
One of your commenters will correct you if you're wrong.
Of course. But I've been wanting this bag for such a long time that I just never made the plunge. I was like, whatever, it's Goyard. But when the sales associate is nice and I tried on a bunch of bags, I didn't want a tote or a St. Louis tote. I was just like, okay, I've been eyeballing this one for years. I might as well just buy it, right? And it was such a good price. We saved, I want to say about what, 30%?
Yeah, it was a real, compared to the US, I want to say mine was over $2,000 in the US. You're not taking into account rebates or anything like that. And I think yours was significantly more expensive as well. So it is beautiful, very functional. Yours has that back pocket too.
Yes, it's got 2 interior pockets, well, 3 interior pockets, and then the rest of it's just an open compartment. And what I love about it is that it does have a back compartment for your phone. So I'm really pumped about this addition, and I won't show you too much detail on this just because it's an unboxing and it's nothing new. This model has been out for quite a long time.
But beautiful. I will mention one thing that was really interesting is when I wanted this one, I tried on the floor model, loved it. They brought out the bag, and the bag they brought out I was not a fan of. It actually had oddly spaced stitching that wasn't very neat, and this piece was bubbled up on both sides. It was like it hadn't been stitched down correctly, so of course I didn't buy that. But one of the reasons I really liked the SA is when I pointed it out, he wasn't upset about it. He was like, oh, okay, I see that. And he squished it out pretty easily. So I ended up and got one that I actually liked and felt like was a lot better made. So the other thing that we both got, twinsies,
is going to be this card case, and it's gorgeous. And Mandy has turned me on to getting a card case that has the exterior cards, you know, kind of exposed, right? So we are twinning because she got the same
one too. I got the blue.
Yeah, she got the blue and I got the green. So I think it's gonna be matchy-matchy, but you got matchy-matchy here.
Yes, it's not super matchy-matchy, but it's ish. Yours is like very Christmassy, holiday spirit vibes.
Which is, you know, I'm not a big Christmas person.
She should be.
We thought about, you know, getting a tree, but then I was like, so much work to put it away.
It is so much work to put it away. Putting it up is fun. Putting it away is annoying, which is why I let my mom do it.
So yeah, that's a really nice addition to our collection
Yes.
here. Probably our last time at Goyard, unless we go back to Monaco.
Yeah,
I refuse.
I'm not going in Paris. They were so rude.
Yeah, and I'm not standing in line for an hour anymore.
No, I'm not staying in line for an hour to have somebody just be like, nah.
Right.
I'm
Plus,
mad, guys.
if you go to Monaco in the fall time, I think it's a much better experience.
Yep.
Because if you go there during the summer, I'm sure it is going to be a complete like supermarket.
Yes, and you will be waiting, and I'm sure they'll probably have a little bit less patience, but in November, it's really nice.
Okay, awesome. Let's move on to the grand finale, which is Hermes. We have a lot to get through because there's so many of it. And by the way, if you are new here, hit that like and subscribe button for me.
I'm pointing at it. Or is it over here?
It could be either way. And of course, if you are returning, I'm glad you're here. You have been with me through this Paris journey so far.
I'm Nikki.
No, you're not. Shut up. And I hope you are enjoying our Paris trip together because you guys all get to come along with me wherever I go. Anywhere fun, to be honest, really.
Yeah,
so
totally.
Again, comment down below. What do you think about our haul so far? And then of course at the end, tell us what you think of our ridiculous amount of orange boxes that is like swallowing us right now.
I want to like dive into them and swim around. Okay, are we ready?
Almost.
It's the final countdown. You're cutting that out.
No, I'm not.
You better. Okay, ready?
Okay, we're going with a different view now just because we need to get up and close and personal with Hermes. You're gonna see bags, jewelry, you're gonna see a lot of things.
So we're gonna start with some jewelry here.
And Tinker's like, give me.
Tinker, my dog is like, is that for me? I did not bring her anything home from Paris but my love. So this was number one. We actually all got these as friendship bracelets. All 5 of us ended up with these. So they are really cute. This is is this the Chandonk?
This is mine.
Beautiful little bracelet here. Very pleased with it. We all wore these every day except for Nikki because she was too cool for us.
I wore my original one. This is the OG one.
Yes, but you know what's interesting is like that's a little bit more like glitzy, a little bit more attention getting. The other one is significantly lighter and easier to wear, I would say.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just do a quick
let's do
comparison.
let's do a compare and contrast, as I would say.
This is going to be such a long video.
It's going to be the longest video ever.
It's going to be the longest video ever. So you can see the difference where one is super chunky and the other one is not. Where honestly, if I had the option, actually, you know what? I do like both. So if I want something a little bit more lightweight, I would totally just
a little more dainty.
A little bit more dainty, not in your face. Look how shiny that is. This one is over a year old. And then this one is brand new and you can see how shiny both of them are. But if you put them next to each other, you definitely can see a starking difference.
A stark difference.
Stark difference.
Also, she got that one clean for free in France.
And then I left it there and then I'm like, help me, I'm gonna come back for it.
We're like, oh my gosh. I'm like, you know, probably one could stolen from Hermes, but
well,
you know.
which is funny because I was like in the middle of eating a meal. I was like, oh my God, I left my bracelet there.
Which is funny because you did ask him to clean it, so he probably thought you did it on purpose.
No, I did not.
No, but he doesn't need to know that. Okay, next thing. Will you marry me? So fun fact, when I went to Venice, and I think I talked about this, I wanted a ring. And nothing would fit me because I have very large hands and large wrists. And I think they offered me a bag in Venice because they felt so guilty that nothing would fit my man hands. Basically, I found this ring. I really liked it. It's simple, it's cute. It doesn't like squeeze my chubby fingers. And I had to get it. So I do like gold better than silver. And although I've been mixing and matching a lot lately, especially with my like white or light gold Bulgari bracelet I wear all the time. But love this, had to get it. Wore it almost every day since. No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Is that how that goes?
Have you seen We're the Millers?
No.
He has a tattoo like across his chest and it says,
"Oh,
no regrets."
It was misspelled.
Yes. And so the guy from Saturday Night Live, I forget his name, goes, "No regrets, huh? Not a single one."
Just the girls.
Not a single letter. So next I'm going to show you, because we're going to go through jewelry, is this other very odd piece, which people have been like, is that a superhero mask? Yes, it is. No, it's actually a reversible bracelet. So you have purple on this side, dark brown on this side. I've always loved leather bracelets. This was actually on my wish list as well. And I think the SA was actually surprised that I asked for this. Because he's like,
fart.
I don't smell it. I think that's just you. So this is a leather bracelet. Yeah, she did. This is
I'm dying here.
This is a leather bracelet from Hermes. I absolutely love it. Somebody said I should wear this with like a flowy silk top, and I'm like, yes, this is so
I don't know who that person is, because when I saw that, I was like, are you trying to be 50 Shades of Grey?
I couldn't get through that movie because I thought it was so cringy. I tried to watch it.
But it's just like, welcome to my playroom. Let me tie you up.
Ew. I don't like that. I just like that. Okay, we're moving on from that. That gave me the ugh. No, it's like very like, I don't know, 2000s-ish. There were tons of like leather bracelets and I love them. I had like 16 and I've since, they were from Claire's, so obviously they didn't last. But I was like, I want a nice one. So I got one in Hermes leather. So next I got a belt. I was not planning on getting a belt. Nikki peer pressured me into it.
I didn't peer pressure you to do anything.
She told me
okay?
if I didn't buy a belt, we wouldn't be friends anymore.
No, that is such a lie.
She said, if you don't buy a belt, I won't like you anymore. So I had to get a belt.
Whatever. It's your money.
No, we started looking at them, and our friend Tammy was looking at them as well, and we were like, dang it, we really like these. So we both ended up with them.
Well, the story is that you guys started looking at shoes, and you bought some shoes, and then I'm just like, my duck feet, my fat feet fits into nothing properly. So I just like abandoned you guys and went to look at belts, because at least belts I know will fit me. And so that's kind of like, and then you guys were done with shoes and then you flocked over to the belts, and that's how that happened.
Well, and we were just like, we're just gonna wait for Nikki. And then the SA was like, do you want to look at belts? And we were like, no, yes. So we both ended up, and we got this one. I think she got in a different colorway. I think she got the orange and black. But it is reversible, which is nice. And the tube goes with everything. It goes with black, it goes with blue jeans. It's super cute. I wore it very, very often. So, big fan of this, and love this little moment.
Let's show a quick up close real quick. You see that? That is beautiful. That was actually on my wish list, and I didn't end up getting one.
Really? Mm-hmm. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I don't know if I showed it. So let's look at.
Well, she got something else to show you that is
just
super fabulous. Yeah. So I was not planning on getting these. I did say I was going to get some Orans because I love my black Orans so much. I'm sorry, Oasis, not Orans. I think the Orans are a little flat for me. But then the SA brought these out, and I was like, oh no, look at them. They're so pretty.
Look how sparkly that is. That is ridiculously sparkly.
And they smell good.
You're gonna smell a shoe?
Yes. I will absolutely smell a brand new Oasis sandal all day.
Oh, but it's in the back too. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it's everywhere. And it's really cool because the different sizes of the little rhinestones, I assume they're not real diamonds.
No, they're not.
I know, I'm joking. It's a joke. Anyway, yes, loved them, had to get them. I was not planning on buying them. I actually was thinking I wanted just the plain brown ones, but they didn't have them. So I was like, well, do you have any more like neutral tones? Well, I don't know if you can call these neutral with all these stones on them, but end of story, they're mine now.
And it's like, we're filming at night. Look at how sparkly that is.
Yeah, for night.
This is going to blind you during the day.
It's going to be offensive. They're going to...
You should get these sold.
Oh, I should. They're so pretty.
Don't start wearing them. I think you should get these sold.
Okay, yeah. Well, I should with how much I flip and spent on these suckers. I asked the SA how much they were, and he goes, size 40. And I was like, actually, size 39.5. I was like, that's not what I meant, but okay.
But okay, I'll take them.
And then, I don't know if I need to open these. I picked up a pair of black Oasis sandals for my friend.
Yeah, let's keep it nice.
We'll keep it nice.
We all know what a black pair of Oasis looks like.
If you don't look at her video from last year, I bought some for myself, and she saw mine when I wore them to dinner one night, and her husband, who was super sweet, texted me and said, can we pick some up for her?
Does she know that it's coming?
She does.
Okay.
Because she asked him, will you get me some? He's like, I'll text Mandy. So very sweet husband to do that for his wife. Now,
see the little nub right there?
my dog wants to be part of this so bad. So if you hear whining and crying throughout, honey, don't put your face in the Hermes bag. That's what it is. She's very cute.
Before we get into the bag, let's talk the story. Let's talk about the story because this was pretty funny. So we went to Hermes the first day we got there. We went there the second day. And he's like, no bags today. Come back tomorrow. We might have more stock, blah, 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 blah. Then we went back. Nope, shut down. So we went to multiple. We literally went to every single store.
And we went in Nice and we went in Monaco. And they just said, no bags at all, bye.
Right.
They were like, slammed it on your face. Not literally, but that was the vibe.
Right. So we actually ended up at one of the Hermes store and everybody went off. It was the St. Honoré one, right?
Yes.
Again, this is just pure luck. St. Honoré. I was there, I hung out, and I actually ended up buying something, which I'll show you in a second here. But the ladies, the rest of the group was just like so sick of Hermes because we've been there like 3-4 times already.
I was not sick of it, but I knew that the friends were, so I was like, I'll go with you.
But you guys went back to Faure Le Page, right?
Yeah.
So I went downstairs to the leather appointment desk, and I was just like, all right, let's just shoot my shit, right? Like, shoot my luck here.
Shoot your what? Shoot your shot?
Shoot my shot. That's what I meant to say. And I was like, okay, do you guys have any cancellations? She's like, put in your name. Go ahead and put in your profile. You have a profile, right? So I put in my information.
Which is a good sign.
Which is a good sign. And she was just like, what are you looking for? I was like, oh, I'm looking for a TPM. Okay, please have a seat. Sales associate will come and help you. I'm just like, oh my God, this worked, right? This freaking worked. So I sat down, lady comes to help me and she brought out a TPM, which I showed you in my previous vlog. It was a color that I liked, but I didn't love. It
like
also,
a stone blue gray?
Yeah, it was like a super pale gray. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna pass on that. If I'm gonna get a bag, I'm not gonna settle, especially when it's like the first or second day, because I knew I was gonna be there for a couple days. So I was like, okay, I know my friend was looking for a PM size, and she usually likes it in a dark color.
Mm-hmm. So she's a neutral gal.
She is a black or a dark, super dark navy blue color. Like she wants everything to be dark as well.
Like me.
Yeah, just like you. And I was like, how about a dark colored PM, Evelyn? She's like, I'll be right back. So she came out with a super dark navy PM. I'll put a screenshot of her unboxing it because she was just like, oh, I'm so happy, right? And by this time, you guys were at Faure Le Page, which is not too far from us, right?
No, it's like a 5-minute walk.
So I was like trying to stall. I was texting her. I was
opening is so slow.
I know. I was like texting her. I was like, come now, come now, come now.
They have a PM. In the middle of checking out.
At Faure Le Page, right?
And we have a sales rep at Faure Le Page. So we were like, listen, we'll be right back. We got to go. Right. So we were in the middle of checking out. We just basically sprint down the road. We're like, we got to get to Hermes because we knew they had this bag for our friends.
Right.
And so
I was like basically texting her, come back now, 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 now. I literally like text her 15 times.
And we're like power walking down the street going, oh my gosh. Tammy's like losing her mind.
Yeah, she's like, oh my God, I want this bag. And then when she came in, I'm like, okay, so my friend would like to buy this. And then the sales associate, she's like, no.
This is your appointment.
Exactly. This is your leather appointment. But I was like, can we transfer it? She's like, 1 second. She went back. She's like, yes, she has a profile as well. So they transferred it over to her. I'm like, girl, I'm your best friend. How nice of me to give up my leather appointment for you. She's like, yes, okay.
And Nikki reminded her every single day. Like, remember how I'm like your best friend?
So we're
Which
gonna
in fairness, that is a friend.
We are going, because we're telling this story, we're gonna switch things up. We're still gonna look at hers in a second here. But because I think she was like impressed that I gave up my leather appointment.
What a selfless act.
I know, right?
Of friendship.
I know.
It was super nice.
I'm such a saint.
Saint Nikki.
Right. So
of Honoré.
I asked if there was a Kelly to go. I got rejected when I first walked into the store and they said, no, we don't have any Kellys to go.
H-O-T-T-O-G-O. Okay, Nikki doesn't know that song. If you know that song, thank you. Just say.
So she's like, 1 second, I'll be right back. And she came back with this box and she's like, come with me. So we went to the back. And I guess this is a hot commodity. So she wanted to be away from all of the crowds. And she offered this to me. And for those of you who are not familiar, the Kelly to go is considered an SLG. So technically I have not redeemed my bag appointment. And look how beautiful this is. Here, you unwrap it.
Okay. I feel like I need to be like, oh, Ariel. Oh, oh, oh. All right, I'm passing it back. Look at how pretty she is. That's Evercolor?
Evercolor gold on gold. She did ask me what kind of hardware I would like, and I said it has to be gold. So this is what I picked up. You've seen this before, so I won't go into too much detail. However, this one does come with a crossbody strap.
It's like giving walk vibes.
Yeah, it is walk, right?
Yeah.
So it comes with a strap, and then I'll do a more in-depth review. This video is going to be incredibly long already, so I just want to show you the items. We have so much to get through, but you can see how pretty, and my favorite part is actually this. Right here, the little Kelly lock, you see that?
It's adorable.
It's adorable. So that's what I picked up from my haul. Let's talk a little bit about the bag that you are going to reveal.
Yes. So I will say, as a slight spoiler, if you are a fan of Nikki's channel, I mentioned I wanted this bag on my wish list. So of course, I asked for the Iconics, and we did get offered one bag that was considered an Iconic, but that was the Constance. And I did have the Constance on my wish list, but Nikki and I talked this over in depth multiple times, probably for hours. And we're like, you know what? We really like the Constance, but the H is very large. It's very like show-offy, if you will. I'm not saying you're show-offy, you carry it, but it's very showy, right? And it will get scratched up. And we tried like a sample on in the store, and it was scratched to hell, right? So I'm like, if I'm gonna spend that much money on a bag, do I want a bag that's going to be scratched that much? So he actually brought Nikki's out first, but then he brought mine out, which he attempted to trade.
Like, none of these bags are new, and if you have heard me say before, we love Hermes. We know all of these items. You've seen them.
Yeah.
But what I truly enjoy is, one, of course, the unboxing, but two, the stories that come with these unboxings, right? The Hermes stories that come with this unboxings. And for this particular case,
you're welcome is all I have to say. You're freaking welcome.
Excuse me, I actually pushed him for him to give you this bag. Just saying.
Yeah, but how did you get
I know, I used barter. I bartered with him. But anyways, this essay we've worked with for our previous trip and then this trip as well. And we were in Nice, I'm totally gonna show a video of this. She actually saw a super hot guy.
He was beautiful.
He was beautiful.
Like, he was, the way that Nikki, or was it Tammy, described him was, if I hadn't seen him in person, I would think he was a catfish.
And basically, I was like, shoot your shot right now.
Because we kept making, we were in the same restaurant, we kept making like awkward eye contact. He was with his dad, and I was like, okay, first of all, he's hot. Second of all, he has a bag in the same color Goyard that I just bought.
Yes.
Are we in love? And
so they were leaving, and I was like, hurry up, grab a napkin.
Well, I turned around and I waved at him, and he waved back.
Yeah, but then he's hung around outside of the restaurant.
Totally hung around outside.
Yeah, he totally did. And he was on the phone, whatever. So Mandy scribbled her, contact information, phone number, and walked outside and handed it to him. And you didn't exchange any words, right?
No, I didn't say anything to him. I just did this, and I smiled, and I turned around, and he goes, thank you. But he said it in a sexy way.
Yeah. And so basically, 4 hours later, 3 hours later, he texted her. And
I was like, still got it.
Right. So do we want to go through all of it?
I don't know if we want to go through what happened after that, because he basically got very forward very, very quickly. I had to shut it down because
he even asked for a threesome.
With this girl, okay?
Yeah, I was like, no, thank you. Got a boyfriend, sorry.
He very specifically called out something about Nikki that was very inconsistent. It wasn't actually real, but I guess I can see where he got there. And I was like, this can't go. I'm not going to, this guy had a boat outside of Monaco, so I'm sure he was loaded.
He could be a boat cleaner, so just saying.
He could be a boat cleaner.
But he was very hot.
He was very hot, and I was like, I'm not going to go get trafficked in the middle of the ocean.
Right, exactly. So that didn't end up going nowhere. We got a lot of fun, and we got a lot of
we giggled. We got a lot of explicit texts.
And explicit pictures.
But needless to say,
it did not go anywhere.
It was not the romance you see in the movies.
No.
Although I was impressed with how gutsy I was. But yeah, let's just say no amount of hotness can get me on a boat in a place where I don't know.
Exactly.
And also zero romance. Zero.
So, there's a whole point to this story.
Yeah.
So we went back to Hermes the very last day before we had to go back home. And we were talking to another SA because our original SA is like, oh my God, these girls again, they're back.
And he goes, I don't have time for you. I'm training 10 people. We don't, he was not rude, but he was like, I'm very busy today.
He was trying to pawn us off. Another person.
And we knew this other SA we were the first people she ever helped. Nikki specifically.
I was her first customer. So we said hi to her and just, caught up with her saying, how have you been for the past year?
Yeah.
And then of course she asked us like, how was Nice? How was Monaco? And of course this story came up and she was like, tell me all the juicy details.
Because I was like, are all men in Europe this forward? I'm like, because I was like, it did not work on me. And so I'm telling the story and we're cracking up. And of course our original essay just pops up.
Out of nowhere, disappear and appear again.
Yes, and he's like, Mandy,
what happened?
Why didn't you go? I have a terrible French accent.
Yeah, terrible French accent.
He's like, I would have gone.
He's like, you're young, let's go. And he basically demanded to see the photos.
Yeah, well.
So all of a sudden he went from, I can't help you, I don't have time, I'm training people, to, all right, let's sit down and talk about this guy.
So he got the whole story. He did not get to see these scandalous photos, but I did have a nice picture of this guy's
Instagram.
He did give me his Instagram. So I showed him like, this is the guy, he's real. And he of course was just like, oh. So anyway, he's like, let's trade some bags for photos.
Well, originally he was just like, okay, I can only give you one bag.
Yep, he said one bag.
One bag. And of course I was like, not putting up with that bullshit. No. I'm just like, all right, he came out with my bag first, which let's show my bag and let's show yours not last.
Because what was funny, we had to tell this part. So he comes out with her bag and he opens it and this older woman just comes up and goes like,
so creepily.
Didn't say anything, just stared. And he slowly froze like this, like hunched over the box. And we all just like froze like statues.
Right.
And she stood there for like, what, 30 seconds?
30 to 45 seconds. Everybody stopped talking. And then we both looked away at each other. He was looking at us. And then she just like creepily walked away.
And he was like, is she gone? I was like, is she gonna try to steal this? Like, is she gonna just snatch it out of her hands and run? Because he literally went from like this to like... And she just like froze in a pose like this and like got closer and closer. And we were like, what's happening? This is so weird. It was, and like if she would have said something like, ooh, do you have any more of those available? I kind of would have understood it.
But she didn't say a word.
She didn't say anything. She
just smiled creepily.
It was like she
and
was
nodded.
stuck in a tractor beam of this beautiful bag. And this is a stunning bag. And can I say this? It was on your wish list.
It was on my wish list. And basically, I had to harass him for it. He's like, no, I can only give you one bag. There were 3 of us. We expected at least 2 because Tammy already got hers.
Yeah, and she had said, okay, since I got one, you guys get first dibs. And Nikki and I were just like, we're playing hardball, especially Nikki. Okay.
Exactly. So he came out with this first, and then he's like,
this is how he pulls it out.
That's a really weird way.
Shut up. Nikki's fired. She's fired from her own channel. But isn't it beautiful? I'm gonna give it to Nikki so she can show it up close. It is a stunning bag. I saw is it Tamara? How do you say your name? But she said burgundy is the color of the season.
I've always liked burgundy.
I know.
You know, honestly, this is the only mini Lindy that they had. If I were to choose a different color, I would, because I already have a burgundy Birkin 35, even though this is completely different, I would say, because this is in Swift leather, and then the interior is actually going to be...
Drum roll. I'm doing a lot of drum rolls because this is a very exciting video.
You're not doing a drum roll, you're doing spirit fingers.
What? It's an air drum roll. Haven't you ever seen an air drum roll? It's very sophisticated, very demure, very mindful.
What does Cassie do? Snaps and claps.
Snaps and claps.
So the interior is going to be this, what is this color? It's supposed to be a Verso. I don't know what color it is. It's like a dark chocolate brown.
Like a Noir or something? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a dark chocolate brown. So it is going to be a Verso, and at least that's what he told me. So this is just a beautiful bag that is on my wish list, and I've been hunting. I literally have been asking everywhere.
Like over a year. And the other thing, and I know this is like basic and lots of Hermes bags have this, but I just am obsessed with this level of detail. You have this little H on the zipper that I think is just so fun and sophisticated. And I love that.
Yeah, so he was just like, after he presented this, I'm like, okay, good, I'm taking it. And he just sat there. I'm just like, okay, let's move on to the second bag. He's like, no, I cannot get fired for this. I'm gonna get fired.
Yes. We were like, no, you're not.
Right, I was just like, on it, snap back. I was like, you own this place. You're not going to get fired. They have you training 10 people for a reason.
She did. She said all this to him.
Don't give me that bullshit.
And I have to say, like, it sounds like Nikki was being disrespectful. She was just matching his energy because, like, he is the kind of essay who loves banter.
He is sassy.
He's so sassy. And if you're sassy back, he respects you. And if you're not, he's like...
He'll walk all over you.
Yeah, exactly.
He will definitely walk all over you.
But he's hilarious. He's so funny. Mm-hmm. And Nikki was just matching his sassy energy, which I think he liked from us.
Oh, he loved it.
If we hadn't, I think he would have been like, no more bags.
Right. He would have told you just like, go home.
Go away.
It's time to go home.
He was like, no. And we were like,
Exactly. That is exactly what I said to him. I was like, don't give me that bullshit.
Because he said only one, and we just didn't move. We
just stared at him. He's like, okay, fine, fine.
It's so complicated.
It's
impossible.
Impossible and complicated.
I don't know why I have. It's impossible.
He was just so fed up with us. I was like, the sooner you get us bags, the sooner we'll get out of your perfectly combed hair.
Oh yeah, because at the end he goes, leave, never come back, never leave. And of course, and Nikki was like, you're creepy. So yeah. Why are you standing like that? Okay, my bag next. So this is what he brought out next. And he told me he wanted to see pictures, but you know, we don't trade those kind of pictures, okay? So for legal reasons, that was a joke. So he very slowly showed this bag. And I died because this is what I asked for. And he asked what colors. I said I wanted a pop of color or I wanted a neutral. So we have gold on gold mini gypsiere, which is so cute. And I actually tried on the mini Lindy as well. He said he only had one. Do I believe him? I don't know. But the thing is I tried on the mini Lindy and I'm very tall and it was just like a little bit short on me. That's not to say I wouldn't consider one in the future, but this definitely fit my body better. And I had tried on a mini gypsiere in the past, so I knew it was gonna fit me a lot better.
This bag on her was just like,
and it's not adjustable. Yeah, it was cupping some things that didn't need to be cupped, okay? So I would have had to wear it as a shoulder bag.
The guy from Instagram would have appreciated it.
He probably would have been like, come back to my boat in Monaco. Don't do that, kids. That is not recommended.
Do not walk away with strangers.
That is not on the safety profile, okay? If he would have said, get a drink with me, I'd have been like, okay, but...
No, he ruined it.
I was like...
We were all mad at him because he ruined it.
He really ruined it. Like, as you can see, I'm babying this bag. But yeah, he went from like, he's the hottest guy ever to, I don't want to ever talk to you again. So it was compared to I would say a mini Kelly. Our essay compared it to but it holds more, right? So it'll hold a phone, it'll hold sunglasses, it'll hold whatever. It does have an interior pocket. It is not a Verso, just the leather interior. And
you're holding it like, it's my precious.
It's my precious.
It's my precious.
There's the interior, but isn't she beautiful? Sorry, Mike. I think she's gorgeous. I'm very happy. It's exactly what I asked for. Obviously, you know, I did ask for the Iconics as well, but
we harassed them for it.
We did. And we finally were just like, okay, because so here's the other things we are interested in, because I wanted a Birkin. She wanted a Kelly. She did get her Kelly to go. And I did, you know, this was on my list. So ultimately I would say, are we going to call this a successful trip or a failure to control our expenses?
It's a little bit of both.
Yes, exactly. But loved it. 10 out of 10. Would go again. And I'm sure we'll go back. We'll bother our essay. I'm sure he's going to say,
we have more to get through. Well, at the end, I was just like, finally, we got what we wanted. And then he's like, okay, get out of my store. Get out of my store.
I never want to see you again.
Right. And then he walked us out, gave us hugs. And, you know, he even walked us outside of the store.
Yes, he did. He for all of our banter and the fact that we have kind of like I don't know if you'd call it a friendlier or more disrespectful relationship. Maybe both.
I think that's how he would treat his friends.
I think that's exactly how he would treat his friends.
We talk to him, like, we don't put him on a pedestal.
No.
We treat him like as a friend, and he has seen the way we talk to each other, and he enjoys that.
Yeah, he's like, you girls are ridiculous. Amanda, Nikki. Yes, so he's very sweet, very sassy, good dude. Helped us get some bags, helped us have a good time. We did talk to the store director at one point, and he goes,
he was a handsome man.
He was a very handsome man. Not as handsome as the dude that I met, but close.
No, I like him better.
He was older and like had like very nice wrinkles, but like in a sexy way.
He was the store director of Hermes.
And he goes, I was like, oh, the SA like tried to introduce us yesterday. And he goes, oh, you're the champagne girls. And we were like,
yeah, because like the first day we got there, he literally immediately went to the back, told us to sit down, and popped a bottle of champagne. And how many did he pop? Like at least 2 or 3, right?
Definitely 2. And one of our friends, not either of us, did break a glass in the store.
We caused a ruckus. And that's how
we just all like cringed.
Right. And then I was like, this is not me. I don't know her.
We just stepped back like, we would never break a glass in Hermes.
We were like, leave now. And
she's the only one who didn't get a bag.
Yeah, I know. I was like, you're ruining my chances.
Ruining it.
Yeah. So it was just not, they're really, really really nice about it.
And she really didn't, by the way. She did not. We gave her crap, but like they were super cool.
Yeah, exactly. And the store director apparently remembered us. Oh, it's the champagne girls. I was like, oh boy.
I was like, Nikki goes, is that a bad thing?
I don't know. The tone of his voice is a little bit questionable.
Yeah, and he's like, no, you're good, you're good. Okay, so Nikki has more things to go through.
I don't know if this is as exciting anymore now that we've gone through the bags. But again, we like to throw things around. We always see YouTubers do bags last, but we're keeping you on your toes. So this is what was on my wish list, and I got, I was able to get it. And basically,
it was the last one.
It's a new release. At least I think it's a new release. And it was the last one. Originally, I want the hot pink one, but they didn't have it. They're like, oh, it's the last one. I'm like, okay, done, bye.
Yeah, she bought it so fast. She's like, give it to me.
Yeah, so this is a really cute one that I've been wanting because I think it's completely different and it's really special. I'm having a hard time putting this on.
It's adorable. So she's not gonna put it on. I will put it back and return it to its home. You guys seen Happy Gilmore where he's like, go to your home, ball? No, just me? Okay.
Just you.
People have seen it, I promise.
I've seen Happy Gilmore, I just don't remember that line.
Are you too good for your home? Okay, I'm obsessed with this. In fact, so Nikki saw this and she goes to our essay, quick, give it to me before Mandy sees it.
Well, yeah, because our essay brought this out because I asked for a Calvi wallet and I wanted the special edition one, which is what this one is. Mandy happened to be going to the restroom. I'm like, hurry up, put this on my tab before she comes back.
She's gonna snatch it from me.
Right.
It is a really pretty one.
It is really, really pretty and I love horses. And again, I used to ride, so this resonates with me. I do like the Calvi wallets, but I feel like the regular ones are just, cool.
Yeah, I don't love the regular ones, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think they're super special. This is a special one.
And hence it's now in my collection.
Yes, now it is hers. You secured it. It's okay. I would not have tried to take it from her.
I didn't know that.
At that point, I was like, girl, calm down on the spending, okay? So next
I didn't even ask how much it was. I was just like, buy. And then when I looked at the bill, it's like, oh my God, why is it so expensive?
Yeah, that was our problem. We were like, I will take that and that and that. And then we checked out and we were like,
oh my God. So this is actually not from Paris. This is actually a surprise gift from my boyfriend. He apparently decided to order it, and I was actually in the middle of filming my top 10 bags designer look for less, and when he came into my room, he was just like, I was covered in bags. And then he just handed this package to me. And tell the story of how.
Yeah, so what was funny is like he sometimes will text me and be like, hey,
I'm blocked from Hermes.
Yeah, because for some reason Hermes always blocks him. And he also just like wants my opinion. And he's like, would she like this? And I was like, it's literally on her wish list. And he's like, she has a wish list? I was like, many secrets. So he was like, do you think she'd like it? And I was like, absolutely. She has a similar bracelet. It'll match. She literally has it on her wish list. She's going to love it. So he chose the silver to match the bracelet. And I had to check out for him because it kept doing something. Even when we used his credit card, it wouldn't go through. So it was funny. I was like, oh, so what celebration is this for? Like, this is so nice of you. Because I will give him kudos all day. He's very good at choosing gifts for Nikki when it comes to Hermes. And he's like, oh, it's a quit your bitching gift. I was like, wish somebody would give me one of those, but I have no reason to quit. So here we go.
Well, yeah, I'm instantly nicer to him when when he gives me something like this.
What I said is, she's going to complain at you for spending too much money. But I said, don't worry, I support you. I have your back. You should do it. So of course he did it. He was so excited. He paid for express shipping. I was like, so is there a reason you want it there fast? He's like, no, I just want to give it to her. He was just like, it was adorable. He was so excited to give it to her.
It was like the day before my parents were coming.
Yeah.
So I think he was just like.
He was trying to get it there before
my parents arrived so that I would be a little more zen.
Yeah. Well, I hope it worked. But he was so happy and excited. It was cute to see how excited Nikki's boyfriend was to give her a present. So kudos to the boyfriend.
He did good.
He did great.
Don't tell him that.
I already told him, and I told him if she's mean to you, I have your back.
If she's mean to you, get her another one.
Yeah, if she's mean to you, I have her whole wish list. Okay, so yes, I'm not blocked from Hermes except for when I'm trying to get a freaking appointment in Paris. So because we didn't get any appointments.
We forgot to talk about that.
Yeah, so we can talk about that a little bit, but let me show this
while we're talking about that.
So when we were saying Nikki got an awesome belt, this is it. But we entered every day. I only ever got a confirmation email one day. And on the last day, I was kind of fed up with it because they said like there was a new rule change where you can only give iconic bags to people with appointments. We don't know if that's actually true because you know how Hermes is.
They come up with a new answer every single day.
Every single day. So they were like, try to get an appointment. And I was mad because everyone else is getting their confirmations. I only got mine one day out of all the days we were in Paris that I was even entered. So I like tried to call and ask for help, and they said they would help me, and then I never heard back. So I clearly never got an appointment, and neither did anybody else, even though we made our non-Hermes friends enter every day just on the off chance that they would get an appointment as well. I will say, as Nikki noted, it does help to have a profile, because when you're asking for those leather appointments at the desk, and we ask many, many times, it helps to have a profile because they check if you have one.
And they look at your spending history, because I saw her scroll.
But in all fairness, yours is pretty good.
Mine's pretty good.
Our other friends was, I would say less than stellar, but like she bought a couple things. No, she bought one thing.
She bought like one thing.
Yeah.
No, two things.
Two things. And
but that's because she wasn't the one asking for an appointment.
Yeah.
I was.
Yep.
And I gave it to her, but because she actually did buy something, that's why they were able to transfer that leather appointment over to her.
So it did help that she had a profile. So even I think that yes, spending history does matter somewhat. There's obviously situations, but had she not had a profile at all, I think they would have said no.
Right, exactly.
So it helps to buy at least a little something.
Yeah.
Little something, something.
Yeah.
And also, we were trying to test, like, does it help to walk up there with an Hermes bag? And I would say...
Yes.
Yeah, but, like, we still got turned down a lot with one. Like, it... And, I think it's really interesting... just because I do think it's kind of like on a whim, right? I don't think there's a system to it. I think that's part of the reason legally why they're allowed to do it like that. But also we got very lucky. We were treated very well, I think. Mm-hmm. We had a great time. I think one of our friends was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired of Hermes. I can't go in there one more time.
We've gone so many times.
She just left. She's like, I'm not doing this.
She's like,
again.
I'm done with you guys.
And we're like, you know what? We respect that about you.
Yeah, just go.
Yeah. Oh, and this is reversible, right?
It is. So it's pink mauve, I think, on the inside, and then gold on the outside. I think this is from the men's collection, but really it's unisex. I wanted something a little bit thicker. They did offer this one in like the thinner version, but I didn't feel like there was enough oomph to it. Yeah. So I opted for the large one, which is so much more expensive.
This is giving me like 2000s nostalgia realness with the studs, and I love it. I love some studs, so I was really surprised.
And I have the Constance belt, and I've literally only worn that once because it's got that H logo, and I feel like it's way too much. Whereas this one is more like, hey, if you know, you know.
They're gonna be like, hey, is your name like Harrison, Henrietta, Hallie,
no,
Haley?
Nope.
Like Eminem's daughter? Anyway, all that to say, first off, you don't know Marshall. And cut that, please. That is our Hermes. No, we have more. But wait, there's more. QVC, the Home Shopping Network, better hire us. That's all I gotta say. Okay, ready for this? She just nudges the other box at me.
Do work, Mandy.
You ain't gotta go to work. This I'm so jealous of because I wanted this too, and this was the last one at the store. So jelly.
Look at how pretty this is.
Look at how it catches the light.
I'm gonna insert screenshots or videos because we're doing this at night and it's not doing it justice. But look at how pretty this one is. This is going to be 18 karat gold, 24 karat gold?
I don't remember, but I remember that I was jealous.
It's solid gold with diamonds on there. So this is probably the most expensive piece of jewelry I have because I don't own really expensive jewelry.
Yeah, whereas the ring is probably the most expensive piece I have.
Right.
Because I also don't own expensive jewelry.
So I was extremely happy to pick up this piece and of course helping with like pre-spend. And I wore this my entire trip. So
it is a stunning piece. And I was super sad because like when I went to every other Hermes, they had it. And I was like, nope, I've already spent too much. Like I can't do that. I can't add that to my haul. So that's maybe on my wish list for next time. But as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's stunning. They also, I believe, have it in silver. And they also have the little circle with the like line through it. I don't know what that one's called. Is that the Chandonk?
I think so.
So, and my friend, and we don't have hers here, but she ended up with the Chandonk ring in silver. She got a belt with the Roly symbol.
Yep.
And she got the same silver bracelet that we all got.
Yes.
And so we had a very robust journey.
We spend way too much money.
Shh. I'm in denial. I'm in denial.
The last item I want to show you real quick, and this is like, you've seen this before. It's nothing like super special or anything, but it's the Chandon ring. So she got it in gold. I got
the little version in gold.
Yeah, it's like much smaller, and I got it in silver. So the reason why I decided to buy this there is because in the States, they don't have any sizes except like the tiny little ones that fit on your pinky ring, maybe.
Yeah.
And usually it's like a year-long wait or whatever. I took the last one that they had in the largest size they had, and you could see my sausage fingers, right?
But it looks really nice on sausage fingers, which is the same reason I bought it, because like very little fits on my right hand. I played volleyball for too long, so my hand's like permanently swollen, and I wanted something that fit well, and it fits perfectly.
Yeah, so if you are having trouble with finding sizes online here in the States or just wherever country you are from, Paris has the most stock, and if you see a size that you want, usually the larger sizes, jump on it, don't hesitate, because usually there's only one or two, if that. So that's why I purchased this one on top of everything else we've purchased. So with that said, let's wrap this up because we've talked forever. I'm sure we probably missed a story or two.
I'm sure we did.
If we remember, we'll include it in other videos, but because we spent so much money, we are on Ban Island. Let's see how long this Ban Island is going to last. However, what did it trip up? What did this whole ordeal turn into? What are we gonna do?
Oh, panic selling our bags. I was like, what did it turn into?
You were like, did you forget already?
I was like, yeah, no, we are panic selling some of our existing collection. So coming soon.
Coming soon, because you stayed with us till the end of the video and listened to our shenanigans. Coming soon, we are going to do a panic selling. It's gonna be a great lineup. There's still beautiful pieces, but you know, when you spend a little too much money, maybe some of the pieces that you haven't reached for in a long time, it needs to go to a new home.
Yep.
They're gonna be fantastic prices. So stay tuned for that video. Don't miss out. And again, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you do not miss what we are panic selling. And I've done this once. Things flew off incredibly quick. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll make sure to link that down below for you and above. But I hope you enjoy our ramblings here today. And thank you, Mandy, for being a guest star on my channel once again. You'll probably see her more and more, depending on if she wants to.
I am more than happy to join your channel again. No pressure though, asking you while you're recording. I'm like,
oh, I'm so tired. This video is so freaking long.
This is the longest video.
This is the longest video. You know how long it's gonna take me to edit this?
It's gonna take you so long.
Okay, all right. Anyways, life is hard. I wanna help you save time and money so that you can somehow adult easier and hopefully less than retail.
Yes.
That was so awkward.
Such a good close.
All right, we'll see you next time.